Al, it's time to meet Bankotsu.
Somebody we've seen a lot of, but have not actually dealt with yet.
Yeah, did you know he's the leader of the Band of Seven?
What?
I know, very shocking. Hello, welcome to this week's episode. Jared now watching Inuyasha is episode 112. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello.
We are discussing season 4, episode 28, or episode 110, entitled Enter Bankotsu, the leader of the Band of Seven.
What?
There you go.
Wow.
So there's that. We kicked this episode off. Bankotsu is just like hanging out on a cliffside, just trying to write. Can't figure out how to write though. But then Kohaku's like, "Hey, so hang on, I gotta see this as monotone and dry as possible."
Do it.
Hey, I brought your friends.
No emotion whatsoever.
And then the others just show up and are like, "Hey, what's up, brudda?"
Brudda.
Uh, Renkotsu has to write this threatening letter because Bankotsu just doesn't know how to do it and all that. And then he's just like, "Here, Kohaku, take this to that castle. You're a ninja, right?" And Kohaku's like, "No."
No. And he's like, what are you then? He's like, I'll go.
I guess I'll just take this anyways.
I do think it's interesting that like this is the first time we're really dealing with like somebody being illiterate in the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, Rico, so you're smart. You write this. And he's like, I don't know if I'm smart, but I know how to write. So okay, I'll write it for you.
It also doesn't help that Bankotsu seems like he is very head empty, no thoughts.
Oh, he is absolutely head empty, no thoughts. He's like I think he would be like your weird 90s surfer dude on a sitcom, but with murderous intent.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing up there. Maybe the voice is also giving me that impression.
I mean, he is. So another thing, the dude who voices this guy voice was Ed and Eddie.
Oh, okay, yeah, that tracks.
The stoner Ed,
Right.
the one who's the most out of it. So that
That that
also
that
helps.
that tracks. That
Yeah.
tracks. Yeah.
So there's all that. But yeah, they send that letter to the castle and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna get payback on y'all," because that's where they were moited last time.
And his buddy is hanging out in the castle. He wants to get his buddy
My
back.
buddy, my bud, my
I
friend,
forget what he actually calls it. His companion?
companion. Yes.
Okay.
There's also a scene where Ginkotsu's like watching a butterfly, just like, "Urgh." Bankotsu
Grrr.
just jumps up and is like, "Hey, you want to eat this?" And he's like, "No." It's like,
No.
"Oh, sorry, my bad. I'll let it go then." We check out what Inuyasha and the group are up to at Mount Hakare, and they're just like, "Wow, look how this place is very pure and everything. It's making things bad for like Kirara and Shippo. 'Cause they're like, whoa."
Whoa. Kirara gets tiny.
Shippo's just like knocked out.
Yeah, I got the
Got the
swirly
loop. He's on the
eyeballs.
loopy end.
Yeah.
Inuyasha's also kind of feeling the effects of it. Moroku's like, probably not gonna do much for a monk like me. I'm very pure and everything. And they're like, everyone's like,
Mm.
And then Kagome and Sangha are like, "Let's lead you into the barrier." And he's like, "No, no, 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 no."
Wait a minute.
Everyone's just like,
So,
"Yeah,
so
okay."
not as pure as you would like us to believe, monk.
They they think about if maybe Naraku's hanging out here, but they're like also like, he's very evil. That wouldn't really be a thing, but
Yeah, how would he
how would
be
he
in
stay
here?
here? Well, anyways, we should probably go because Shippo and Kirawa are not feeling well. They leave, and then an old man's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing out here? You gotta get out of here. You're gonna get conscripted into the army." They're like, "What?"
Huh?
And
But we're
then,
travelers.
yeah, and then this big dude comes up and he's like, "I will fight you, demons." And Inuyasha's like, "I'll fight you." And he's like, "Well, anyways, I'm gonna leave. See you later. Get out of here."
Bye.
This old man tells him about the Band of Seven, except it's like stuff they already knew about. And Inuyasha's like, "Well, yeah, I knew about this."
He's like, tell me something I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he doesn't know what you know and what you don't know. He's just an old man.
And then the old man's like, "Hey, that guy that you just saw, yeah, he's the one who like beat the Band of Seven last
Moided
time."
them.
And Inuyasha's like, "Oh, huh.
Hmm.
Well, anyways." We see the band of seven riding up the mountain to head to this castle, and we get like a flashback of them raiding the castle the last time, doing all that sort of stuff, and they're like talking about Bankotsu, do you want to be the leader of a castle and the shogun? He's like, nah, I just want to fight
Nah,
people.
like murdering humans.
Yay! And then they're gonna go fight some more soldiers, but then they get double crossed, and then a
Oh
bunch of
no.
arrows shoot them.
Oh no. There's a
Uh,
lot of
there's a lot
arrows.
of arrows. We cut
Which is
back.
wild. Like, did they get arrowed and then beheaded? Like, what actually killed them? Was it the arrows?
Maybe that was enough to like weaken them, so they were able to like cut the heads off.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense because of a lot of
It was
arrows,
a lot of
but
arrows.
I'm just not sure what their cause of
Yeah.
death was.
We return to the president, and Bankotsu's like, I've killed 999 men. I'm going to get my 1,000 today.
I was like, oh, he's like Haunted Mansion at Disney World.
I also like to play 999.
You know, he has good taste then because 999 is one of the best video games that ever existed.
The Lord of the Castle is very just like aloof, and we're not very aloof, but he's like not as worried as his underling is. Like
He's have confidence.
he is half confident. He's like, no, they're not gonna take this castle or anything. Blah 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 blah. And then Bankotsu just charges in and is like, hey, can I have my friend back?
No
And he's
confidence.
like, here you go, have it. You can have it. By the way, do you want to be my general? We will take this land. He's like, nah. Slice,
I'm
boom.
good.
I got
He
my
also like
1,000th.
threw a bunch of dudes into the ceiling.
Yeah, as you do.
And like the Lord at one point is like, it took 3 men to carry this weapon in, and he carries it with one hand. Wow. Got that cloud
Yeah,
Zack
he's
syndrome.
got that Buster sword.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's got his 1,000 now because he beheaded this
He
man.
does. The rest of them have been killing everyone, so they're all good and done all that.
Oh, one thing we forgot to mention. I do think it was really funny that he was like in there. He's like, did you not read my letter?
Yeah.
Did you not read it? Like, I
The
told
guy's
you what
like,
was gonna
no.
happen.
Also,
But
he was very
no.
impressed that they had polished his sword for him.
He was very impressed by that, but he was just like, why didn't you read my letter? Okay, anyway.
So that all happens, and then the samurai man shows up with his folks,
Hmm.
and Bankotsu's like, I'm gonna beat you guys up now.
Yay!
Kagome senses some jewel shards, and Inuyasha also smells gunpowder and blood.
Yay!
And then we go back to the castle, and Bankotsu and Jakotsu are just drinking. And it's like, we're having a good time here, yay! And then Renkotsu's like, hey, have you met Naraku? What's that guy like? And Bankotsu's like, don't worry about it. And Renkotsu's kind of just like, I don't know why he's not telling me about that. That's real weird, anyways.
Also, he's lamenting that they didn't save any women so that they could pour them drinks.
What a shame.
Yeah, no. But yeah, Jakotsu obviously not interested in women.
Koga shows up and is like, hey, do you know where Naraku is? And Bankotsu's like, I'm not going to tell you. And then Koga starts to fight them, and everyone else starts to fight him.
Hmm.
And he's not having a good time as like he's getting missiles shot at him, the snake sword, Bankotsu's weapon. And then he's about to get hit by Bankotsu's weapon, and then here comes Inuyasha with the Tetsaigo like, "Blah! I finally found you."
Well, well.
Well. And that's how we end our episode with Inuyasha and the gang showing up.
Yay.
What's this? We got one note.
Okay.
It's strange that the animators went through the trouble of hiding Bankotsu's face at the beginning of the episode when he's appeared in the previous episode's closing sequence and the episode's opening preview, as well as every opening theme since episode 96. Look, it's called intrigue and suspense. You ever watch Love Live where they're like, here's all the girls that are going to join in the first opening, and you see that episode 1?
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. Come on.
But yeah, that's it for this week's episode. Next time, we will be discussing episode 111, or the first episode of season 5.
Oh, wow.
The Big Clash, Banryu versus the Wind Scar. And then apparently everyone's just going to show up. Like Naraku's coming back. Sesshomaru gets mentioned at some point. Everyone's supposedly going to be here. Will they actually be here? Who knows? Shrug
We'll
shoulders.
see. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. But we'll talk about all that next time. But if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool is where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. You can follow us on Blue Sky at seasonalanimecheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
So join us next time as we get a big clash.